everyone. It's Deb Wyman again. We are going to be looking at forums today and resources in Moodle. So we're going to do the same style that we did for the assignments, setting them up in the courses. And what we're going to do is get up our summer shells like we did last time. And we're just going to click on May 18 to 24. And so this should look familiar so far, right? So the next thing that we want to do, we're going to start with forums. Now in forums, we have several types, and we're going to be talking about each one of those. So to get started, we're going to create a learning activity, click on that, and then we're going to click on this top forum, not open forum, just forum. So let's click on that. And you can see it added a new forum in this week, May 18th to May 24th. And you can name your forum. So forum 1 example. And the description is forum description example 1. You name it whatever your forum is about. And then we are going to leave this blank, again, just like we did on activities. And here are the forum types. So when you click on this button, you're going to see all the forum types. So the standard forum for general use, which is the one we have checked here, is used for anyone can start a new topic at any time. It's just for general purposes, a forum, and just what you would think about when you think about forums. Anybody's going on there and they're typing whatever they like. A simple discussion is a single topic discussion shown on one page, and it's useful for short, focused discussions. Each person posts one discussion is a forum in which each person can post exactly one discussion topic, although everyone can reply to it. It's useful when you want each student to start a discussion about their reflections on a week's topic, or that you want them to respond to everyone else's posts. A Q&A forum, instead of initiating discussions, teachers pose a question in the initial post, and then students reply with an answer, but they'll not see the replies of other students to the question until they themselves have replied. So that's the Q&A. And then this standard forum displayed in a blog-like format, you can do that. There are lots of blog formats out there. You can just Google blog-like format and see which one appeals to you and use that. So for today, we're just going to use the standard forum for general use. And we're not going to click any of these right now. And then this is just like assignment. You click on this, where do you want this to be? You want to make it available, or you want it to show on your course page over here. So click on that. And then availability, when do you want this to be available? Again, we're in May 18th to May 24th, so you probably want this available on May 18th. So we click that, and you want it open right away in the morning, so we're just going to say 1 a.m. Hopefully your students are not having insomnia. A cutoff date would be your due date, so enable that. So let's say we're going to give you till June 1st, and 12:59 would be 23:59. Okay, close that. Attachments and word count, click on that. We're going to leave this the same maximum number of attachments. You can say how many you want. If you don't want students to attach anything, change it to 0. Display word count, you might want to do that so that you know how many words the students have used. Subscription and tracking. Okay, so we have optional subscriptions. So again, we can click on these little question marks that tells us what they are. For the beginning, we're going to auto subscribe everyone, but they can choose to undo any of these, even if you do forced. So forced subscription means that until the student says otherwise, they're going to be subscribed to that forum. So we want to say forced, and if the students want to change it, they can. And then read tracking, forced. This again, if you look on this, if you set this, it tells you what you haven't read yet. So if you want it to be forced, then it will just highlight the posts that you haven't read. So close that. Discussion locking. Lock discussions after a period of activity or do not lock. So if you want to, you can say after 2 weeks, I don't want anybody else responding to that discussion board. Threshold for blocking, time period for blocking. It only has this amount, so I'm not exactly sure what is different about these two, so I'm going to leave this one blank. You'll have to do some more research on your own if you want to use that. I'm sorry, I don't know. Let's see, what this says. Students can be blocked from posting more than a given number of posts in a given time period. Users with the capability are exempt from posting limits. Okay, so forget what I just said. I guess I do know what this means. So if you don't want students to post in the same day, you would say maybe 3 days. So you have to say how often you want them to post. So you want to give other students a chance. So post threshold for blocking. This setting specifies the maximum number of posts which a user can post in the given time period, and users with the capability are exempt from that. So we'll say 1, and then post threshold for a warning. Students can be warned as they approach the maximum number of posts allowed in a given period. The setting specifies after how many posts they are warned. So let's just say 2, and we'll see what happens there. So let's close that. And then grade, you would choose your category again. I'm going to say it's an assignment. Close it. Your ratings, rules with permission to rate, capability check not available until activity is saved. So no ratings. So when you look at these, well, we're going to open this and it tells you what they are. The aggregate type defines the ratings. So I would choose sum, which is all ratings are added together, but you can choose the highest rating, the smallest, you can average, you can have a count, whatever you choose. If no ratings is selected, then you're not going to have it in the grade book because it's not going to be rated. So I'm going to choose sum of ratings here, and the scale, I'm going to change this to 20 points. And that will show up in your grade book. Restrict ratings to items with dates in the range. So if you want to do this, you can pick May 18th and the time. I have to click this, I guess. And then the time, right, is going to be, no, 1 o'clock to start. So as you notice, I'm not an expert. I'm just practicing like you are. So the 2-week period would be June 1st, we said, and this would be the 2359. So we're going to close this section. You can leave these open. I just close them so that it doesn't look so messy, and I'm only looking at one thing. Common module settings, again, this is an ID number. So the ID number provides a way of identifying the activity or resource for purposes such as grade calculation or custom reporting. You can leave it blank. For gradable activities, the ID number can also be set in the grade book, though it can only be edited on the activity settings page. So if you want to use a number, you can, you're not required to. Group mode, are you using groups separate or not? And then again, if you are using groups, what are your restrictions? So Moving on. I'm not sure why this was not coming up. So visible groups, I'm not having groups, so you're not going to have anything here unless you do have groups. And maybe this gets set up in the gradebook. That's a possibility. Then we're going to look at restrict access. So students, what? Must or must not match the following. So group, any group, choose. So you have to choose this, any group, add restriction. And here we have the same ones that we saw in activity, activity completion, date, grade, user profile, release code, restriction set. So you pick whatever you want. Activity completion, can students manually say it or that they have completed it or show activity is complete when conditions are met. Students must view the activity and students must post discussions or replies. Require discussion, students must create one discussion, they must have 2 replies. So this would be a total of 3, right? The students must post discussions or replies, so a total of 3. They have 1 discussion and 2 replies. And then expected completion, again, is going to be June 1st at 12 or 11:59, which is 23:59. And close this. And then competencies, and I know I didn't go over this on the assignments, but it's the same thing here. The competencies are you can link your activities and your forums and anything you want to the competencies that are required in your courses. So if you had something, you can set this up where you would choose one of your course competencies and put it in here and make it compatible with your forum. And that's it. Then you go save and display. And you can see the due date for posting to this forum is Monday at 1 a.m. The forum has a limit to the number of forum postings you can make in a given period. This is currently set at 1 posting in 3 days. So then you can add your discussion topic. So let's just say discussion 1 and discussion 1 begin. And we're going to post that to the forum. And then you can see that it's posted here, discussion 1, and then you can reply. So reply 1 and submit. And that's that. Now in this case, I think this date that I set up here is kind of wrong, but so we can change that date, display replies in threaded form, and we can search forums here also. So if you wanted to go back and change this, we go right over here to this, the week, right? So I'm making a change now. And forum 1 example, I'm going to edit. And here are all of my my due date actually is going to be June 1. I misread that. And we will say 23:59. Okay, and so we're going to save and display again. And you'll see that this changed to June 1st. So that is the way that we just, and we see a little star here that somebody replied to the discussion and reply. And see, it tells you how many words were here. Okay. So that's how you would set it up for all of the types of forums. So whatever forums are available, you can pick any one and they're all set up the same way. So now we're going to go back to our week 1 and we are going to set up resources. So we're going to click on learning activity again, and instead of being in activities here, we're going to click on resources. Now we have all of these resources here, and so I'm going to tell you what each one of these is. A label is used to display a few words or an image on the home page of a course. The book resource allows instructors to create and deliver content in a chaptered format. So if you had a lot of content that you wanted to give out to your students and you wanted it to be organized in chapter format, you would choose book. Pages allow instructors to create a single scrollable screen using a robust HTML editor. The URL resource can be used to send students to any place they can reach through their web browser. File creates direct links to downloaded files, such as a picture or a PDF document or a spreadsheet or a sound file or a video file. And a folder contains some folders that are used to help organize related files. So folders can be used to house other resources, just like a folder you use in Word. It's the same kind of deal. So we're only going to look at one of these. They all work the same way. So you just click on the one that you want. And I'm going to use page. And then you click on page, you give it a name. And you put a description in, whatever you want. And you can use these to link to whatever you need. You can open this, you can see all the other possibilities. You can change your fonts, paragraphs, bold, italicize, everything that we see in Word, you can, or just about, you can see there. And then we want to say page 1, content example. And we're going to go over here. We want to show this on course page. What is the appearance? We don't allow appearance because we're in Snap. So we just leave that blank. Course module, again, if you want to put an ID number for the gradebook or to move it to another course or to find something quickly, you can do that. Restrict access. Right now we have none. You can add any restrictions that you want. So some of this hopefully is looking familiar. Activity completion, again, we want to say when the conditions are met, the student must view the activity to complete it, and we're going to give it a due date of June 1 at 23:59, and then close that. And competencies, this again is if you want to link this page to a competency that's in your course. So we don't have any in here, so we're not going to do that. And then upon activity completion, we're going to, you could have them do nothing. You could attach evidence if it was a research project or send for review, which would come to you as the faculty member to review. And then we go over here to save and return to course. And we're in May 18th again, and you scroll down and you see page 1 right here, and read more, and then it gives you your content. And that's it. So anytime, any other ones that you want to go in, just create it. Resources, click on label, give it a title, a text here, and then open all of these, complete them, and then save and return to course. They all work the same way. So I hope that's helpful, and I hope that all of you are doing well and that you are very confident in your Moodle work. And I'm hoping to See you soon. Take care.